All right, so the big question, what in the world is the fifth parallel? Well, we have 5 parallels in a golf swing. I am not a big position coach, all right? I'm not about breaking the swing down. I'm about taking all those steps in a golf swing, cutting them in half, and maybe dividing it again by 2. I'll be quite honest with you. This is an athletic, fluid motion. Our job is to send our ball to our target. I believe the hands intuitively know what to do, but golfers spend so much time trying to get in these crazy positions. Of course, they're out on the golf course thinking about way too many things. It needs to be simpler, okay? Especially when you leave the driving range and you head to the first tee. So many of you, I mean, people come down and work with me. What have you been working on? That's one of my big questions. Your swing thoughts. The list is unbelievable. And then they're expecting me to come in and add to that list. Of course, that's not going to happen. What we need to understand, the fifth parallel, okay, we're going to count together here, okay? 1, golf club's parallel to the ground. 2, golf club is parallel to the ground. 3, golf club is parallel to the ground. 4, and then of course 5. That's your fifth parallel. Essentially up above this lead shoulder, guys, with the club parallel to the ground. Now, if you're like me, I'm not getting to that second parallel, okay? My golf club is quite a bit short of parallel at the top of the backswing. That doesn't matter if you're short of parallel, okay? Important to create some depth in the swing. No question, we want to make sure that we get behind the golf ball, in particular with the driver. But if you're not getting to this one, it's not that big of a deal. But what I believe is that if you start to think a little bit more about your destination, you know, sending your speed home, understanding where you want to finish. If you reverse engineer it, if you bring this back to the golf ball, you can see if I go to the fifth parallel here with my left elbow down and the club up above my left shoulder, if I bring this golf club down, can you see how I look like I'm in a pretty good position over here? The butt end of the golf club is pointing back behind me. I'm certainly not where a lot of you are over here, this blocking pattern, this dragging motion. But the goal here as we approach the golf ball, okay, is to keep our back to the target as our arms de-elevate. If your arms drop, your arms essentially are moving forward. In other words, if I spin my body back to the ball, my lead arm stays too high across my chest. Can you see when I go to release here, my arm's pointing too far behind me? That's why a lot of you have this look right here. What's happened is your body's moved out ahead of your arms, all right? So the goal here is to keep your back to the target, get your arms dropping. Now this is where the magic kind of happens. The grip end of the golf club is going to return back towards us. That's essentially your squaring mechanism, okay? We're twisting the toe of the golf club back to the golf ball. Essentially the grip end of the golf club stalls and starts to slow down, and then the club head catches up to the grip at the point of collision. What we don't want is the grip moving out in front of the club head. So 10 or 12 degrees of forward shaft lean is about the average forward shaft lean on the PGA Tour. A lot of you are under the impression here to get into these positions, which are not positions, by the way, we have to sort of drive our hips or our chest and leave the club behind. That is stinking thinking. That's where most of you are getting into a lot of trouble. What we want to do instead, guys, is we want to stall the grip, okay, down in here. The lead hand is going to slow down, and then the trail hand is going to fire beyond the lead hand. Can you see that? It's almost like I'm snapping a towel down here, and that generates a ton of club head speed. If you do it down the line here, a little different view. If I go ahead and show you this, you can see my arms are dropping. What we've got here is the grip end of the golf club is returning towards me, and then it's moving in the opposite direction. Can you see that? So I've got my golf club essentially exchanging direction fairly quickly, and of course that's transferring a lot of speed to the club head. The faster we exchange direction, the further you're going to hit it. The grip end of the club isn't doing a ton of moving here, all right? It has a little bit of a commute from the top of the backswing, no question. The grip has a commute. We've got to get it moving forward with the arms and the support of the body. They work in unison with each other. But as we release the club, guys, this is where most of you are going wrong. Your arms and your shaft, they're moving through at the same speed. Your trail elbows, you know, getting away from your body in many respects. Then you have a blocking pattern. It is an absolute disaster. So the goal here is to swing the club head past your hands, all right, and continue to sling this club head over your lead shoulder into the fifth parallel. So it's going to look something like this. I'll just do it with one hand only as I swing through here. Can you see that? Elbow's going to be down, club's going to be kind of over this lead shoulder. Allow the golf ball to get in the way of that motion. It's pretty straightforward stuff. So what I'm going to do is keep my back to the target as my arms drop. Just work on this feeling as you start your downswing. That's a really, really big one. And then from here, we're essentially going to send that club head home. We're going to give it a home up above your left shoulder. We're not finishing in this position here. I'm going to go ahead and hit one, kind of show you what that looks like. There we go. Club's parallel to the ground. Did a pretty good job there. Let's do it again. Happy with that one? So what I'm doing is I'm giving myself permission, okay, to send this club head home, to actually let it go, to actually sling it. My body is going to support that motion. So many of you are spending a lot of time pulling your arms around the corner with your body. I'm a big believer here that the arms will pull you around the corner if your arms have a home. You'd be shocked. I mean, think about throwing a ball. I'm not thinking about turning my hips and shoulders when I throw a ball. All right, they don't call it body-eye coordination. So they call it hand-eye coordination for a reason. I throw the ball, my body responds dynamically. If I throw the club head, all right, don't conflate this with releasing early, all right? This isn't an early release right here, is it? My arms are dropping, the club head is not. My arms don't drop, my club head drops. My arms drop, my club head does not. For those of you that are confused about creating lag in your golf swing, thinking that you've got to go here and then turn and turn to create, that's just a disaster, leaving your arms at the start line. So send the club head home over your left shoulder, or right shoulder if you're a lefty, okay? Let's go ahead and do it one more time. Sling it. There we go. One more time here. Great feeling. Really good there. That's going to help you create a lot more freedom. It's going to help you engage your wrists and arms correctly, and watch how your body responds dynamically. So now you know what the fifth parallel is. Get out there and hit some balls. Swing with great rhythm, okay? Create some speed through the golf ball, and make sure when you hold your finish, make sure that golf club is getting to the fifth parallel. Elbows down, guys, okay? It's going to make a world of difference. If you think this could help, go ahead and share. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel, and I always get back to you. If you have any questions, if you tried this before, let me know. If you haven't and you do really well, you have a great range session or you play really well, go ahead and let me know. I love to hear from everyone. Get after it, guys. We'll talk to you soon.